Okay, so everyone needs to. No, Vlad. So what are you doing? You said
Rotating
that
my
you were
head.
pulling your thing
Is that
out.
gonna be the meme now?
It better not be, because it's annoying.
God damn it.
So you're
All
pulling
memes
out.
are annoying.
You're pulling out, right?
As far as I was aware, I was not having sex right now.
But you're pulling out, right? You're pulling out your bow.
No.
What are you doing then? Because I misunderstood.
Dipped a fucking stick into the fire and I lit the end of it on
Right,
on
that's
fire.
right. You lit the stick on fire. What are you doing with the fire?
Nothing at the moment, carrying it. And then I went over and I booted Therazar in the leg to wake him up.
And I am awake.
Okay, and Therazar is now awake. What are you all doing?
I'm looking up at him. I don't say anything, but like, what's going on?
Rats in the forest, pretty big ones. Might want to wake up for this.
Grizz is pretty much right next to me, so I kind of elbow him and kind of nudge him to be quiet. And slowly get up, grabbing my quarterstaff.
Okay.
I kind of start to flank out into the shadows a little bit more then.
Okay.
Basically,
it's
trying to
time for
get
this.
away from the light.
Everyone needs to put themselves where they are.
I'm in the car.
What's that doing there? That's not supposed to be there.
Fucking Hot Wheels.
Actually, playing a modern day Pathfinder is pretty fun.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. There are better systems for that.
Wait, isn't there a Pathfinder that's a car? Can we all drive that? What are you? You're not over there.
God.
I said I want to go take a leak, and then he started saying, "Oh, now there's rats." So I'm out here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Gonna get his dick bit off.
all right. So the bard goes off without telling the guy on watch that he's going off.
I mean, you should have saw me.
My perception's pretty fucking high. I think I saw him leave.
Okay, so everyone's in the position that they're in, right?
Yes.
See.
Okay, so what this is as far as you can see. After that, it's basically pitch black.
Where did I go?
All right. Mechanical question here, Sky.
Sure.
Can I pick up a stone? Are there stones on this beach?
Probably in the water. It's like, have you ever been to like a temperate lake and what the sand?
I guess what I'm asking is there something that I could pick up and reasonably throw about 30 feet?
Yeah. Like, if you're trying to inflict harm, like,
No,
that's another thing.
Could I pick up like a stick or something, cast my light cantrip on it, and then throw it into the forest to give us another light source?
You could, yeah.
Okay, that's what I would like to do. I'd like to throw it right here.
Okay.
What would you like me to roll for that?
Or just a ranged attack, basically.
That's 1d20 plus dex, right?
Mm-hmm. Actually, yeah, you're barely able to, like, what I mean by barely is, you didn't give it as much force as you thought you needed to, but it ends up landing right there. Let me get a thing. Oh, what the? Okay, so that lands right there. And it shines, is it 20 or 30 feet?
Hold on.
I think it's 20, right?
I'm reading the description to actually see if I can actually do this. Okay, it says object touched, but does that mean I need to just touch it once?
Yes.
Okay, alright, cool. It's a 20-foot radius for normal light, and drops by 1 for every extra 20 feet.
So, yeah, it illuminates by 20 feet, right?
Yep. The effect is immobile. What does that mean?
It still works like that. You can still just
You
throw it.
can't move the light to a different location. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so I can't like touch a wall and then move the light along the wall. Is what it's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even if they're trying to say you're not allowed to do what you're doing, it's something that I really like about light, so you can do it.
Okay. Did you know that this was a mechanic, or did I just bring it up and you're like, actually, that sounds cool?
I've done it before.
Okay.
I did it before too.
All right.
Cantrips are awesome, like because they don't do anything, but they do.
They're not
So
useful,
it
but they're
illuminates that
incredibly
right
useful.
there.
Okay, and there's nothing there.
Mm-mm. However, when you do that, there is a very, you would say it's a squeal. It's a very loud. You would say it's a squeal, but it's really deep. It's more like a roar that's high pitch. It's kind of strange.
Do I
everyone
recognize
roll
this
initiative.
creature? Do I recognize this roar?
Roll knowledge nature.
That's probably a no.
Actually, nature might be the wrong, but it still might give you some, but there can be multiple knowledge rolls and it'll get you different kind of knowledge. Nature will get you some, but I think there might be a better one. Hold on.
I'm trying to recognize which creature this is, if that helps.
No, yeah, and I think, what did you get?
An 11.
You still might get something from that, but so you would say it's a rat, but it's not a rat. But it is a rat, but it's not.
So looks like a rat, sounds like something much different.
It sounds like a rat, but it's wrong. Like it should be a lot. Like you can hear the kinds of intonations that rats make when they do it, but everything is too deep.
Okay. So all right. I personally don't feel like I rolled high enough to try and clarify that.
Has everyone rolled their initiatives? I don't know if those updated, but you're all in this list. So
No, they didn't.
Therazar rolled and got a 5. Arthur rolled and got a 15. Cyrus got a 9.
Hey Arthur, how's it feel to be at the start of the
7.
initiative list?
Oh my
And
god.
George got a 7.
It's so good.
What's your dex score, George?
Like my bonus, or like what I put
No,
into
the
it?
score.
14.
Grizz is 15.
So Grizz goes before.
Just might as well make him an 8 at this point.
That was not what I meant to do, but I guess I'll just do this. Okay, so as you throw that, you hear that noise, and you identify it as something that sounds like a rat, but it's a little bit off. Basically in the direction that you threw it, out of the... Okay.
You want to drop Therazar to the bottom of the initiative list?
Why?
Because that's where he should be.
Oh, did you get a 5?
Yeah.
What's your dex score?
2. Yeah, 2.
Okay. Okay. No, your score, not your modifier. But that's actually
14.
fine. It doesn't matter. Actually, not quite the direction that you threw. but both the direction that you threw and another direction.
And these rats are slow movers.
That one's gonna go to there. Oh wait, that one's gonna go to there, and then that makes it. They come charging out of the woods. Those. And then it makes it Arthur's turn. A rat, and as it gets closer, you notice these are rats. They're very large, and their actual size in game is small, so they're about the size of Kolob, which is still large for rats, right? But they have like spines poking up out of their backs.
Does this look like a natural animal or definitely something off?
It's natural, but something's happened to it that's unnatural.
It's unnatural. Got it.
Something unnatural has happened to something natural.
Okay, so for the good old strong YOLO, I'm going to go ahead and use my stick on fire and try to ward it off with the flames.
Are you like making a roll for that?
I think he's
Maybe
trying to
intimidate roll.
Animals
Although
are
intimidate is
naturally
more of
afraid
a
fire.
intimidates are.
This isn't
more
a
about starting a
speech-based
fight.
thing. This isn't.
Oh, I know. You could make an attack. That would probably work too.
He knows what would work. He's trying to do something specific.
I'm not trying to hit the motherfucker. Is it afraid of fire or not?
No, it's not.
All right, then. It didn't work.
No, it doesn't actually seem to care at all.
Sweet. Then I will throw my stick back into the fire and pull out my bow.
Okay,
At 5 feet.
that makes it Cyrus's turn.
I'm gonna get my crossbow and try and shoot that rat close to Arthur.
All right.
Is he awake?
I mean, at this point, I should be, right?
Yeah, they growled. They roared pretty loud.
So you definitely hit, but it just nicks it.
Should I roll again for crit, or how did we decide to do that?
Oh, that's
Do
right.
what?
Is yours a crit on 19?
19 and 20.
So roll again. And
D20?
basically make another attack. Yeah, roll another d20 and make the attack again. Okay, so you don't crit.
Although, what is up with your luck?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Wait,
But you do 1 point of damage to it.
never mind.
Hold on.
With 19, that should be a hit to an eye.
Oh no.
Should be.
Can I still move, or pulling out my weapon is a...
Pretty sure pulling out your weapon is like one of your actions.
Yeah, that is
Alright.
one of your actions. It's a
Okay.
move action. And you
Okay,
can
so
move
that's
while you
my
do
turn.
it. So you probably could have stood up and while doing that pulled out your crossbow and then shot.
Okay,
That makes
I
it Grizz's
cannot-
turn.
Yeah.
Grizz is going to run around here behind him, attempting to flank and then attack.
Okay, so he'll get a +2 to hit. Show me exactly where he moved, please.
I moved him.
No, I mean like which route did he take to get there? Okay, so he's going to attack him as
Yep.
he walks by him. And that hits, I'm pretty sure, yeah?
Wait, did you? Why would your guy attack?
Because you moved through a threatened square. When you move from here to here, that provokes an attack of opportunity.
I really need to look up these Pathfinder attacks of opportunity because they seem wrong.
The rule is if you move out of a threatened square without making a 5-foot step or something that says you don't provoke, you provoke. And moving into a threatened square while moving out of one still counts. So when he moved here, it was fine. But then he technically would provoke another one, except most things, unless they have special feats and rules for it, only get one attack.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have multi-attack. Yeah, that hits.
Yep. So he'll take 4 damage, and he needs to make a Constitution test. A Fortitude test is what I meant to say. Okay.
My lord.
That was, and then Grizz, of course, can now attack him.
Okay, which he does.
Okay.
Why did I hit that? I hate those buttons. That's okay. That was a melee attack.
Yeah, and Grizz is not able to lay a blow on him. George, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna finish up my my leak, and then I'm gonna take a 5-foot step over here.
Okay. What are you doing?
That's it.
Okay.
Did you disengage your piss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just gonna have wet pants if I don't.
That's
this. So that's going to go to there.
How many rats are there? Christ.
By
and
initiative
then
turn,
there's one right here.
4.
That doesn't mean he has all of them in yet.
Go there and attack George with his dick out. Probably not, actually. Still.
Nah.
This one looks bigger, by the way. What's your AC?
14.
He barely is able to get through your armor as he bites and dig in. So you'll take 1 point of damage and make a Fortitude save, please.
All right.
Cool. And now it's Therazar's turn. A whole bunch of large rats with spines coming out of their back, bones or something,
Yeah, I see.
have all run into your party and are nibbling at people. What you doing?
Would you say their fur is flammable?
Probably. It's definitely furry. It's oily, but not oily in the sense of I am oil that lights on fire. It's oil that, you know, the way animal oil works. They do have a little bit of a sheen on them. What are you trying to do?
No, that's a bad idea. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and swing at this one with my quarterstaff.
Okay. Oops, that's not what I meant to open. That's what I meant to open.
Jesus. I don't think you need to tell me what happens there. As my bonus action, I shout over to Arthur. This isn't looking good.
Yeah. It just basically jumps out of the way as you miss.
I yell back, "Oh, you don't say!"
Yeah, no, I say. I said it. Not understanding what he was getting at. Because I use sarcasm but don't understand it, apparently.
For my sake, I'm switching these because they are not where they should be on the tree.
You do what you gotta do behind the scenes.
Alrighty. So this one is gonna move around you.
That's an attack of opportunity, I think.
He's 5 foot stepping.
Okay, so that's his main action, isn't it?
That's his move action. You can do it as a move action.
Okay.
And then the standard action, he nibbles at you and misses entirely.
Yeah, he does do that, doesn't he?
He actually probably bites into the sand, thinking it's your foot or something. And then the next one, who's yiffing at this person, is just going to attack you. What's your AC?
14. He hits.
Okay. So you take 1 point of damage and need to make a fortitude save.
So why is it yiffing at me?
It's nipping at you. Come on.
I think you just used the wrong word.
I know.
No, you. I'm talking to you. I'm telling Vlad, I think you just used the wrong word.
For fuck's sake. Alright, so what nasty status effect do I fucking put on myself?
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll find out in a couple days when you wake up with one of your feet, without circulation.
Nah, it's just gonna be some scales.
I'll just, next time I wake up, I'll be coughing up blood and my lower intestine, that's all. Or I'll lose 3 points of constitution every day, which, that's great.
Going out each end. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know why I rolled that. So that was on his turn. He's done. Arthur, it's your turn. He just got a nasty bite into you.
Was that
Didn't
to
hurt
decide
very
if you're
much,
going to total party kill us
Amazing.
now or later?
No. Hey, I'm rooting
Alright.
for you guys. I'm not
I'm gonna
against you.
take one.
No, I know.
You're going to take one? Okay.
We done?
Are you attacking? Shooting with your bow or something?
No, I'm just wondering if I can actually take my turn now.
You could the whole time.
Yeah, you could the whole time.
Fantastic. All right. So I'm going to take 1 5-foot step backwards
Yep.
using my move, and then I'm going to go ahead and make a ranged attack with my bow.
Which one are you shooting at?
Probably the one that just took a chunk out of my leg.
Okay.
That's not what I meant to do at all. God damn it.
That's a ranged attack. It hit.
I'll use the first roll.
Yeah, let's use the first one.
I don't know. So you hit that one and actually hit him square in the head. And he stops moving.
+2 on attack versus damage, or
Cyrus, it's
on
your
attack
turn.
rolls versus animals, by the way, just for the
Alright.
remainder of this fight.
I'm gonna move here and then shoot the other one next to Arthur.
You're gonna need to reload your crossbow if you shoot it again, unless you have 2. They take a full round to reload.
Okay, then I'm reloading.
Okay.
Could he have used his move action to reload it?
I'm not sure what the rules specifically say, but in my mind, if you're not doing anything specific, you can start reloading it while you move to another location, but you can't use your standard action for anything else. I'm fine with that because I've seen people move while reloading, and it's also a light crossbow.
Okay.
As he moves, he pulls out the crossbow and then he stops and puts it in the ground and pulls the thing back and puts it on, and that's his standard. Right? I'm fine with that. So it's Grizz's turn now.
Okay. So Grizz moves over here and takes a swing.
Alrighty.
Wow, what is going on today?
He's groggy.
Yeah.
And moving on to George. It's a really large rat nibbling at you.
Nippling.
Nippling.
Okay, so first I'm gonna use my quick action to yell. I don't give a rat's ass about these things. And I'm gonna vanish.
Why are you
Arthur gives a
going to
light
vanish?
chuckle.
So he's just gone. Okay.
He's gone for one
minute.
turn.
But seeing how fast these things move, it doesn't hurt any.
So would he provoke attack of opportunity then if he takes more than a 5-foot step?
Nope, because he can't be seen.
Okay.
However, yeah, he can't be seen. Because there's a chance you can see someone who's invisible. You just get a really high stealth bonus passive. So he'd have to roll like a nat 20. And nat 20s don't necessarily do something for, like, just because you roll a nat 20 doesn't mean you see someone who's invisible. So he'd need to get a 20 and then have a high bonus to even have a chance.
My guess is a nat 20 for seeing invisible people would be like seeing someone in Halo that's invisible.
Yeah.
That's what I'd imagine.
Still not quite sure if they're there. So are you just taking that 5-foot step?
Yeah, you moving anywhere else?
Yeah, I should have a 5-foot step, and I'm just kind of chilling for now.
Oh, okay.
So the next one is this one right here, who's going to move here and bite at your feet and miss pretty badly. And then this one over here, who is noticeably larger, is going to like gnash through the air where the guy just was, and then realize there's no one there and move over here and bite into Cyrus. Maybe. Nope.
Oh, none of us can roll tonight.
At least it's all around, right?
Yeah.
Therazar, it's your turn.
Must be something in the water.
There's some in the water. Alright, so I'm just going to do the same thing again. I'm
Okay.
gonna try and bring this thing down.
So you are able to actually connect this time.
Whoopee.
Just a second, please. Hello? Oh.
What?
I thought my headset cut out. Yeah, and you seem to have like knocked some teeth out with that blow.
Cool.
So that one, who's rather annoyed at that, is going to attack back at you
Hits.
and do 3 points of damage, and you need to make a fortitude save. Oh, Vlad, did he hit you? He did not, did he?
No, he missed.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're both dying tomorrow, Arthur.
Exciting.
That makes it this one's turn, who's dead. There we go. Making it Arthur's turn.
I'm going to take a 5-foot step back and then swamp another arrow into his face.
It's dead.
That's a 21 on the attack roll. And then a 13 on the damage.
Yeah. There was something special about that arrow because it goes in one side through the
Eviscerated
face
him?
and out the back.
It's
And it takes some of its innards with it. You just got a really good weak spot or something. You're not 100% sure.
I'm okay with this.
But
dead,
it
I'm
did a
happy.
ton of damage.
Like him more like a baker's dozen. But
Thought that was 13.
it is. He did 13.
Oh yeah, because against animals, yeah.
I'm not that
Okay.
stupid.
That makes it Cyrus's turn.
Right, party. I'm gonna need you to pick up the pace.
Range.
I'm gonna move around and shoot him with my crossbow.
Okay.
The one in front of me.
Definitely do it. This one's a little bigger than you. Like it's kind of like you're. Wow. Is that a potential
one.
crit? No,
Yeah.
that's not a crit.
Oh no, 17. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it sticks into one of the shoulders, but it looks pretty much okay. Grizz.
Feeling like he needs to redeem himself on this one. Which it looks like he did. Does that hit?
Yeah, it does.
Three damage.
So Grizz just takes a chunk out of it, dislocating one of its legs and ripping its innards out. And it dies painfully.
Woot, woot, I say as there's like blood coming out of like everywhere.
George, you are no longer invisible.
Oh man. Right.
Yeah, you were invisible for that round, and now you become visible on your turn again.
All right. So first, I'm gonna pull out my Morning Star. And then I'll walk up to the rat and swing at it. Of course, for me. Of course.
Yeah. It kind of looks over its shoulder because it just heard like something, and it sees you, and it doesn't really seem. Why is it facing that direction?
Because that's
It
when
should have
you
been
put
facing this direction. My
No, it
mistake.
was trying to. Yeah.
Okay, so that one's also dead, and then the next turn is the big one, and it's gonna turn around and bite it. The person who just swung at it. Actually, it's not. It's gonna move over here.
Why?
Because he literally didn't care about that, and he misses you. Is thus far unimpressed with bards. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the bards are not singing to give bonuses to their allies every combat.
What bonuses can I give? Jesus.
inspiration.
You're the one who picked the
Bardic
bard. Did you not read it?
inspiration.
Holy crap! You have 4
I'm messing.
performances, and they
I'm
all do things
kidding.
that benefit your allies. It makes it Therazar's turn. There's one big one still attacking Cyrus right by the water.
Yep, I'm gonna walk over here and cast Spark on that one,
Okay.
attempting to ignite it on fire.
Okay. Does not ignite. A blood sigh of disappointment. Oh
I
dear.
definitely said bloody, but
Arthur, it's your turn.
Oh man, you'll never guess what my ranger is going to do.
is he going to attack from range?
It's going to hurt him. That's a 25 with an 11 for damage.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
He's attacking.
Getting
Wait,
good.
you're adding. Where are you getting the +3 to damage?
+2 on attack and damage versus animals.
Dex mod
Dex mod does not go to range damage bonus.
doesn't go to range damage bonus.
No,
Right.
I don't.
Feel free
Only
to take
strength
3
goes
out
to
of that.
melee.
So it's an 8.
It still kills it.
Okay.
Hold on, would that other one have killed it then? It probably would have, in all
Yeah,
The
honesty.
other
because
one
it
was
was
an
an 11.
So -3 + 2 is 10.
Yeah, it still would have killed it. And it still did what I said. And this one is now dead. Alrighty.
Well,
I'm gonna
I'm gonna go check these creatures to see exactly what the hell happened to make them like that.
I'm gonna check if I know what it is.
I'm gonna try and get some good meat off this rat.
I'm gonna go up to Grizz and give him a chunk of meat I already have.
So the things are pretty foul as you start to inspect them. What? No, that's not. You said you're cutting them open, though?
What?
Yes.
Didn't Therazar say he's cutting them open?
Yep. To see if there's
Now,
any...
is like your intent to like clean them and get as much meat out of as possible, or are you just like doing a shoddy quick job?
I mean, my intent is to provide food.
Okay. So I guess roll survival.
Okay.
Holy shit. So
You don't understand anatomy.
the three smaller ones are going to yield 3 rations per day, essentially, or not per day. 3 daily rations each, so you'll get 9 from them. And the other one is going to get about 10, just because of how massive he was. So you'll end up netting about 19 rations.
Okay.
Or whatever. Are you planning on like thoroughly cooking them, or?
I take them over the fire, stoke it up a bit, throw my pan on top, and start cooking away.
Okay, that's fine and dandy. It's worth mentioning when you're cleaning one of them.
While I'm cooking it, I'm casting Purify Food and Drink on them. Okay. So that way I get rid of all the toxins and stuff.
That's probably a good idea. It's worth mentioning that each of them had very like abnormally heavy stomachs.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you've discarded the innards and intestines and stomachs and whatnot, but I wanted to let you know, like when you were handling them, it kind of felt like they had eaten recently, or they had some weird stuff in there.
So, do I know anything more than that with my knowledge check?
What was your knowledge check for again?
I'm a bard. Magic. Anything.
Yeah, you've heard of these. I don't know if Arcane was the right one to roll.
Yeah, I'm just rolling any because it doesn't matter. They're all untrained.
This probably would have been more of a nature, now that I'm looking closer at it. And basically what these things are they're rats that have been in some way exposed to negative energies from some infernal plane. There's a bunch of different infernal planes, and every now and then in the world, little tears will open up. Like if a demon is summoned, that area will have a little bit of infernal energies there, and dire rats arise as an example, because there's all kinds of dire animals that exist as a result of being exposed to those energies, and they'll mutate and become what you saw tonight.
Would that suggest that there's that opening nearby that's still open, or could they just be?
Like maybe, but it's not something that you would like fear or suspect, because it's
Is there...
because these things are like, they're uncommon, but they don't arise when someone does it. They just exist as a result of some people doing that. And it's not just that. Like if a demon decides he wants to try and get in on his own, that could do it. And it doesn't even have to be demons. There are other planes that have other kinds of things on them that could do it as well. So when the planes come and interact, and if it's from one of the infernal negative planes, these things arise. When it's the higher planes that you would probably also be aware of, there's a different kind of thing that happens to animals. And they're not dire, they're something else. But these are called dire rats, yeah. And they like mutate and get like extra like fangs, and they become more vicious and whatnot. They're just like super rats essentially.
Are those any of those modifications worth anything? It's like if their fangs like collectible item or ingredient for potion or something like that?
Maybe. Do you have profession? What is your profession? Do you have a profession?
I'm a bard.
So?
Keep in mind, You know you
So
have.
I go from place to place and haggle people.
Right. I'm asking if you have a skill, a profession skill.
What's a profession skill?
Can I metagame here for a
No.
second?
What metagame?
I was asking permission to like table talk essentially.
I don't know what that means. You can say
That
whatever you want. I'm
means-
pretty sure.
Like speak to the player playing George, not speak to George.
Sure.
I was gonna say, keep in mind, you know you have a bard that would probably be better at getting this stuff for you. If you know a druid in the party that would probably be better at harvesting this stuff than you.
Oh, I know. But right now, I'm not harvesting anything. I kind of just gave Grizz a piece that I had harvested earlier.
Okay. Well, I might not have meant that for George. I probably meant that for Cyrus.
Oh,
Yeah, you got them mixed up.
Yep, I did. I meant it for Cyrus.
If you wanted to try and get something out that wasn't just meat that he had taken from it, I would say that you could roll, if you don't have a profession that has to do with that sort of thing, you could probably roll a survival. Although you would be like,
no,
if
I
you
don't.
wanted to do that.
I don't want to cut anything yet. I just want to know if any of that would be worth something.
It's possible
Like,
to the
just
right
go-
people, yeah. The problem
Yeah.
is knowing what's valuable and what's not.
Yeah. So can I roll to know? Like, I don't know. Knowledge check.
Yeah, you would either need a profession or to roll survival.
I think what
do
Sky's trying to get at is there would have to be a reason that you would know that.
Yeah,
Bardic
I'm
He's a
knowledge.
bard.
bardic knowledge. That's like I don't want to cut something. I just, like,
The role
see
that
something in the
determines
market.
the role that determines if there's anything valuable.
Oh, that's this
Well, okay.
one.
There's two answers to your question. You already rolled a bardic knowledge, and that's going into the information I'm giving you. Okay. If you want to actually try, it's both a matter of having the skill to acquire it, to know what is like desired by people who could use the stuff, and then acquiring it properly so that it isn't damaged, and carrying it properly, and making sure that it doesn't rot or whatever it might be, right?
Yeah, I don't.
So
wanna
that
cut
is what the
anything.
survival role is for.
So appraise is the good roll for that.
No, appraise is not a good role for that. It would be survival.
I don't want to cut anything. I want to check the price.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
appraise
you
would
wouldn't be
like
able to do
somebody
that
bringing
until you were
something.
able to talk to a merchant or something.
But wouldn't I know more or less if?
Yeah, I've told you there is probably some stuff on these things that would be valuable to the right people.
Which one? Fang, scale, whole body?
Yeah, something like that. Probably not the whole body. Maybe the pelt. But that's a whole nother thing. Because you'd skin them and tan them and whatnot. You probably don't have the skill to do that. Did you roll a survival? No, you didn't. You rolled praise. Are you inspecting the bodies, Cyrus?
Yeah, I can roll survive.
Yeah. So you rip out their teeth and take some of the bone fragments off of their backs that are poking up out of their spine and skin. Maybe even cut off their tails and store those things.
All right.
Oh no, what's happening next?
I think he's calculating the number of items he gets.
That is not what I'm doing.
What level of STD I've gotten from this? Okay.
Hey, well, I'm right here with you.
Would I know anything about those STDs that they carry?
Maybe I do.
That is not a bardic knowledge thing.
I'm already coughing up blood and losing health from a non.
Like, if you're concerned that someone has contracted something from an animal, it'd be a heal check.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and clean and check my wounds.
You have wounds. I think it would be heal, at least.
Is that it? I have wounds.
Yep.
Incredible.
I'm gonna do a detect
You're wounded.
poison on.
I'm gonna go drown myself.
I'm gonna do a detect poison on myself and Arthur.
Yeah, you guys aren't poisoned.
Okay.
You don't detect any.
Well, that's a relief.
Okay.
And if nothing else stupid comes along, I will bandage myself up.
Anybody want some food? I assume
I'll take some.
I assume by now that I've finished cutting and cleaning at least 5 pieces of this.
Yeah, it's also worth mentioning, Cyrus, as you're inspecting those corpses, and you're like trying to cut in to find anything valuable, you actually open up their stomachs and find that they, for some reason, had a bunch of actually precious gems inside of them, along with some coins.
Ooh.
And between all of them, there's 9 gems, 7 gold pieces, and 80 silver pieces. It's also worth mentioning, whoever is holding the gems needs to let me give them the names of them, because they're all different.
So I'm guessing I'm holding the gems?
Whoever, just let me know when you're ready to write down the information. Where is Roll20? There it is.
Can I choose any? Can I say that once there's diamond in there?
What? No, can't. Because they are worth specific amounts of money. I can actually link them to you. Is anyone else doing anything? Is anyone settling down to rest? Therazar, yes, to answer your question a minute ago, you are essentially done.
I'm gonna eat and sleep.
There we go.
I'm gonna clean the valuables from the rats in the red water, river water, since they were in the stomach.
You're going to what? Oh, clean them in the river water.
Are any of the corpses still untouched, or not untouched, but like still fresh, if you will?
I'm not sure what you mean by fresh, honestly.
Like their blood is still there. It's not just like all drained into the ground yet.
Like it's not really, actually. It's starting to dry and coagulate and whatnot. After everyone's basically like they're essentially mutilated by now, and not in a bad way. Just like they're ripped apart and everything. They're more husks than bodies. And Therazar drags them away. George Cocker cheers. Therazar passes out slabs of meat to everyone. How many do you give to everyone? Just one each?
Just one each.
So you're keeping track of how much you have, correct?
Yep, I'm
you
down
had
to 14.
Okay. Wait, 4? Oh, because you gave one to Gris.
Yep. I dragged the bodies and kind of line them up over here.
Okay. All right. Put you all in your positions where you were going to be sleeping. Is anyone doing anything else before they go back to bed?
It's my part of the watch, so...
No, this was Vlad's.
Oh, you're right. I was first watch. Vlad's second.
Mm-hmm. Koleb, I gave you a list of gems in handouts.
Is there anything I can do to gain 1 point of fucking health?
Not tonight, apparently. Because you got interrupted. Unless you guys want to rest 8 hours from now. It's about 2 a.m. So you could get going at 10 a.m. tomorrow. But you still have another hour of watch before the sun starts coming up. Oh, actually, that would be inaccurate. It's more like 4 a.m.
Okay.
But still, so you could leave at noon tomorrow instead of getting up in a couple hours, if everyone wants to rest. But are you going to continue to keep watch, Mr. Vlad?
Sure.
Okay. The sun does start to rise about 2 hours after your rest. What are you doing? And this is about 2 hours later. Your watch has passed, and this is about the time you guys would normally be getting up.
Grizz and Therazar, do not move.
I'm going to give everyone an extra hour before I start waking people up.
Okay.
Or I suppose I should ask, how much of an interruption was that entire fight?
That was a huge interruption.
Time.
Like I said, if you wanted to get a full rest, you'd have to basically sleep until noon.
I mean, we're
If
almost at
I
the witch's
wanted
place.
to get a full rest, yes. What about them?
10.
And what time is it right now?
6 a.m.
Then I will give them 4 extra hours to rest.
And you'll just stay awake and keep an eye out? Or like, what are you going to be doing while they're resting?
I will be doing what I would have done regardless of whether they woke up or stayed asleep, which is sit there and guard.
Okay.